Welcome all, this is Carbon Copy and I'm your host Karan JP. Today we have two interesting guests, Mrs. Viji Swaminathan and Ranish Haran, founder partners of Exxelo Training Private Limited. Hi guys.
Hey Karan.
Hi.
So how's the lockdown treating you guys?
Good. I mean, it's fine. We have to take it as it goes.
What would you, Ranish?
So lockdown has been fabulous, I would say. Not in the sense of what the nation is going through. That's a little concerning. But on the other hand, I think every negative situation or a scenario brings in a lot of positive outcome. I think we are resetting in a lot of ways, and I'm sure you must have come across that over the social media as well.
This is something which obviously will pass. So let's hope that we gain all the strength and move forward. Let's go ahead with the podcast. So we were actually eagerly waiting to ask a few questions to you guys. I mean, being in the training industry, we found it a little interesting how you guys work. Like what is your process and stuff. So maybe before that, I would definitely love to hear the story of Exxelo Training. So my first question here is to Viji. So, I mean, before Exxelo Training, Woodpecker Furniture, which is, a very popular name amongst the Chennaites, and you have successfully built that brand. So, like, when and why did you choose to, hand over the baton and choose to start Exxelo Training?
Okay. Thanks, Karan. That was a lovely and different question. The first thing is, it's not about passing the baton. I'm still the founder director of Woodpecker Furniture. It's about 20 years since I started that. And, I can say it's my third baby. And Exxelo is my fourth baby now. So each baby needs a particular period of time to nurture it. Am I right? So, Woodpecker, I think I was always at the back. I didn't come to the forefront. It was my husband who was handling it from the forefront. Though I started it and I managed it for 2 years completely before he came and joined me. It has been completely run by my husband, and I was always the back strength of the company, wherein I was giving the training and I was doing so many other things for them. And for me, the priority was also the house. So I love to take care of other things. And there was a point of time, sort of post losing my father-in-law, when I knew everything else was set in the house. My husband said, why don't you follow your passion of training or doing something else? And that's when I went and, I started occupying myself. I spent quite a bit of time and energy and money to certify myself in trainings. And yes, that's the growth of Exxelo.
That's a very lovely story. So Ranish, so what is your side of the story, to get on board with the idea of Exxelo? How did you guys, meet?
Okay, thanks for asking that, Karan. Journey has been interesting. When I say how did we come across or how did we meet, so it was like I was doing this course called Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and she was also a participant as well as I was, and that's when I came across Viji, a person who initially I thought is a bit of introvert, and realized later that she's ambivert. Later she helped me get into running, which is I requested if I can join running, and that's when the journey started. And then later we realized we have something in common, and that was the passion for training, and that is something even today we enjoy, the very fact. And hence, yes, the journey began, I think, somewhere in the year 2016, and we kickstarted initially as Eunice Training, which later became Exxelo Training. So yes, that's something about how we met. But on the other hand, I've always been into training. I used to travel across India to various colleges, right from IIT, IIMs, and VIT, lovely professional universities. So colleges like these, be tier 1 to tier 3. So I used to train a lot of students in ensuring filling the gap from campus to corporate.
So, that's great. Being an engineer by degree, and I'm working in a marketing agency. So, like I can understand how the training is done, from college to corporate. Even I've been through that. So, I mean, you guys are doing a really wonderful job, in the terms of nurturing the students, to be corporate ready.
I think
so.
It's what we enjoy doing, Karan. Yes, degree matters, but I think that makes us matured. And at the same time, there's no set rule. No one can set a rule for you saying, okay, if you've done this degree, you're supposed to continue with that. I think you decide your own path. And wherever you find your passion and happiness, I think that's a path we'll take. And I'm sure you agree no lesser to it.
Yes, totally. So, in terms of training, what are the spectrums of training do you guys cover in Exxelo?
Okay, so see, predominantly what we do is business and career growth. Okay, when I say business and career growth, these are the areas that we deliver. This is our industry. Now, who do we cater to? Is corporates, institutions. These are our mainstream areas. These are our audiences. For this audience, we do business and career growth. And what do? We do leadership training. We do essential skill training. Now, what happens is more often people don't understand that it's not the technical skill that helps you back the business. The very fact that you and we are here is something that talks more on the interpersonal skills. Yes, you're good at what you do. That's your technical part. But unless if you are able to deliver, you're able to ensure you have that charm, I think no one will buy. So I'm sure this is something most corporates are slowly gaining momentum. And this is exactly we want to bridge gap. Technical is important, but they don't understand that for a vehicle to run, you need the other wheel as well. And that's essential skill training, power skills to be precise.
Awesome, Ranish. Thanks for giving your insight on that. So, when all this process is in play, like how do companies generally approach you? Is it with a specific problem which they're dealing, or do they come with a generic requirement, to train their employees? Can you just walk us through all this?
So, see what generally happens. Corporates reach out to us. They see the amount of transformation that we go through, and we've done it for other clients as well. What happens over here is, one is the self-realization that you need. Self-realization is the key. See, so when you're not feeling well, what do, Karan? You end up going to a doctor or you have a medicine. When you're not feeling healthy, what do you end up doing? You either go to a gym or you start dieting. Now, most corporates, when they go through a gap, something has not gone right. We want our employees to start communicating well because they need to deal with maybe foreign clients or they're meeting people face to face. And hence, when they find gap, they realize we need a training. What we want corporate to understand is you don't always have to go through that gap. Why can't we prepare for future? Why should we go through a dent or a bend in our overall business? Why can't we make it stronger? And that's the appeal that we keep ensuring that industries or corporates understand that. So yes, that's how we go about it.
Awesome. So, how long has Exxelo Training been in play? Like how many years has it been?
We've been there for 4 years, Karan. Of course, as Ranish said, it was earlier called as UNIS training, which is UNIS stands for UNIS, which is Unleash Your Inner Strength. But then we feel that people were not able to relate so much to it, so we changed it to Exxelo, which means excellence in everything. And yes, it was good. It's been 4 years that we are together. Yes.
Awesome. And obviously, in this 4 years, including your industry, we all are facing this particular lockdown situation due to the pandemic. So, in general, how has the training industry, basically from the past decade, how has it grown, and what are the challenges you're facing right now?
See, Karan, one thing we need to understand, this lockdown has made us realize where we want to catch up things with. In fact, there's so much that Viji and we are doing on a daily basis. We are taking up 7-8 hours of sessions on a daily basis, which is different clients, different people. We are doing open workshop called Self Growth Series. Now, the point what I'm trying to make over here, most organizations realize that now it's a good time to boost the morale, to course correct our people, and ensure when the lockdown is done, they are ready to charge. And the corporates or the industries are sending a message to through this training that we are doing to the employees that no, nothing has stopped us.
Yes, let me tell you, Karan, to be very frank, we've never done an online training before the lockdown. I've never gone Facebook Live during lockdown. I've never recorded my voice before a lockdown. A lot of learnings. Somehow, in any negative scenario, or if people call it, yes, it is a negative scenario. The whole industry, the whole nation is going through it. I don't know why I've always been seeing only the positivity of it. To me, it's a lot of reset, more family time, actually more productivity. The family is together, everyone is taking up work, and actually people are trying their hand at cooking at home. I mean, it's not that only I have to do. So I think I've been brought up with that mentality that I've always seen something that I can learn new. And I think that's how we've handled it.
That's pretty great. I mean, I would definitely agree with you on in terms of productivity and helping things at home and stuff. So, I mean, I do see as we as Carbon Paper also being a little productive during this time. I mean, we are taking a step back in a lot of things and thinking about the things which we would be taking up after this lockdown. So I mean, they say that it takes 21 days to start a new habit or to take up a hobby. So have you discovered anything yet, or have you rekindled with something which you've always wanted to do?
Okay, the one thing that is new that I discovered is I can actually handle multiple clients on a day, which means that every hour I'm changing the client, and actually I can do it. So my sessions start in the morning at 6:15, where it's all workouts, because I train almost 27 people on the Zoom over workouts, and it's different workout every day. Okay, so I sit and prepare.
Lesser, I agree, no lesser, Viji.
And actually, there's so much of learning, Karan, because it's like we deal with almost 7 hours of training, as Ranish said, which means I have almost 5 clients a day. So which means that I'm switching topics, and actually I can do it along with my cooking, along with my family time. And there's one serial that I watch. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Awesome. And Ranish, what about you?
I think it's only discovery, Karan. I would rather put it that way. I mean, this whole month has been a roller coaster in many ways. You wouldn't believe the very first thing is I've been working out every single day with the help of Viji. We are doing these online Zoom sessions, and trust me, every morning I would end up at least a minimum of 100 ml or 200 ml of sweat, because literally we sweat out, and that's the best thing that we can do. And moving on, obviously I'm reading a lot of books, I am preparing on my contents, I am delivering training on a daily basis. We meet almost 150-200 people, and there's a lot of cooking, there's a lot of family bonding time. And in fact, you wouldn't believe that we end up playing Ludo. I'm able to spend a lot of time with them. We are talking about family goals. What goals do we have for ourselves? What do you want to course correct in the future?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I totally go with you. So maybe we can raise a toast to all the families who are going through this pandemic, and obviously to the training industry to surpass this small glitch.
And this is a good toast, buddy. I think that's all we want. Staying healthy, having something that adds value to your body. Yes, it's a coffee toast we can do.
As partners, as owners of Exxelo, probably this is the first interview that we have done together. And I'm happy that I've actually done it online. Really happy. In 4 years, my journey with Ranish has been fantastic. A lot of learning. It was not great when we started, but we are still learning, we are growing, and we are very happy about it. Thank you so much for having us over. We enjoyed.